My boobs are my insecurity, and my butt chin. I totally, it like makes me so sad, but I also like totally understand. I don't know if there's this clip that was going around Reddit a really long time ago, but it like resurfaces every once in a while. It's like, you know, the people who sketch for police, they do sketches of people from descriptions, okay? And everybody went in and they described themselves, and then he drew them. And then a stranger came in, looked at the person, and then described them. And the sketch artist. And the sketch artist drew it again. And literally all the strangers describing this individual, like they're more attractive in their stranger perception than of themselves. And it was just like, yeah. Like, we do all have insecurities, but it's kind of like generally people don't notice them. But I also, like I said, when I went to go get my nose consultation, it made me go like, well, do I really want to go through this entire experience, or can I learn to love my nose? I think that I always challenge myself with that. It's like, oh yeah, the thing might bother me, but can I learn to love it? Can I learn to be a little more like accepting of this thing about myself? And you know what? I will say with time, I do end up, there's like, I don't really dwell on things like that anymore. So maybe time does. But also, like I said, I know some people like I'm starting to change their lives. So yeah, when I got back in like I don't know if it was 2020 or 2021, but I wanted to go get a nose job. But I'm happy I didn't. This is low-key inspiring me. Maybe one day too, I will love my nose. One thing I remember, this is like early days of Twitch. I have no idea what your nose looks like, but I'm sure it's totally fine. But I remember when I first saw Pokey, when she was streaming.
Hi Jodi, I've been really
I think one of Pokey's identifiers is her nose, and I just love Pokey's nose, okay? And so I remember being so confused when people would like hate comment on Pokey and talk about her nose and say like, oh, her nose is ugly, her nose is big. And I'm like, are we blind? But I think that everybody just like, also beauty standards change so fast. They change so fast. But I do think that with time, you can love your own features. I swear to God. And everyone's features are so different. I do think that with age, you maybe become a little more, you just like care less. And like truly like everyone I do think is beautiful in their own way. I think that a lot of the girls look the same, like very Eurocentric. They literally just all look the same. You know what I'm talking about. You know the current beauty standard. You've seen it. But it's so interesting to me because I'm like, or at least this is how I feel. I'm like, oh, you look the same. And because of that, like, it doesn't catch my eye because, like, how do I explain this? Basically, there was a time where Megan Fox was the hottest bitch alive. Everyone agrees with that. And now everybody looks like Megan Fox and it's just like, Jesus Christ. But like Megan Fox is that bitch, right? But now it's like weird because everyone looks like her, but through surgery and whatnot. And I don't know. I think that truly, yeah, like there are such different types of beauty and everyone is unique, but everyone's like trying to be the same, and that's weird because I think like I get it. I do get it. But it also just makes me sad. She was way hotter before surgery. Yeah. But this is what I mean when I do not judge anybody that gets anything done because I know what it feels like to be a woman, and I can't imagine being like Megan Fox, for example. And just the pressure and the internal, I don't know. Like, I just think I really don't judge anyone. Your nose is so cutie patootie. I used to think my nose is too big, but now I think it's cute. I think that time and at first lying to yourself by repeating the phrase, I love my insecurity, then eventually they become truth and you come to peace and actual care, desire with them. I didn't believe this at first, but I tried it and now I love myself. Wait, I feel similarly. Or I know what you mean. I talked about this before where I say like, I used to practice radical self-acceptance and radical love. And I say radical because it was not possible. There was no timeline, no universe where you would tell me, Jodi, you love yourself. And I'd be like, no, that's impossible. So I would have to practice like true, like radical self-acceptance and love. And I did. It worked. But I guess I less about love. Love is, I think hard because when you don't like yourself, I think love is so far from that. But I think my mantra was just acceptance. Like, yeah, this is the way that I look. This is the way that I am. This is the way that my body is.
Hi, Jodi.
This is what my body looks like when it's relaxed. This is my body when it looks like when it's healthy. Like, whatever. and just accepting the me that I am now, and also understanding that maybe that's not where I like want to be, but I can always put in the effort, maybe like, let's say I get to the gym, but also to love the current body that I have now. And that's, I think before I used to, like, for example, I used to go to the gym out of not love for myself, out of the opposite. Like I wanted to be something else. And now I feel like if I go to the gym or go on a walk, it's because I love myself and recognize that maybe I'm not where I want to be, but I still love myself. I accept my body where it's at. And that's like, it's very different. But I really, truly, if you asked me this, I don't know, 6 years ago, I would not, like, that's not real. That's literally not real. That's not in my cards. I just want to achieve that. Like I said, I really did practice radical self-acceptance and love. And I just like kind of mold that experience over in my mind. And I was like, okay, well, what would it look like? What would it feel like if I sat with this feeling of what would it look like? Basically, I was just like toying around with, well, what would it look like if I accepted myself? What would it feel like if I allowed myself to be the way that I am right now? While also understanding that like with change, I could maybe be different, but also just like, I don't know, like slowly touching that. That's kind of where I'm at recently, just accepting that this is how I look and liking and understanding it after many years of insecurity. Yeah, and also it's like everything that I hated how do I say this? Everything I hated about myself as a kid, I've just also learned, maybe not all love, but to just be like, oh yeah, but like that's me. That's me. And I do think that I truly believe, like, even like, let's say your mind, I truly believe that everyone can create something really uniquely them if they allow their authentic self to shine that no one else has made before. Like, you should do that painting. You should make that song because no one else, like, you might think that, oh, it's just like, so it's been done before, but like it hasn't because it's yours, because you're unique, truly. Something that we're talking about has become clearer and clearer to me as I've done more and more.
Jodi, Jade, hi.
That's a word I don't know. And self-portraiture as an art student, and things that don't like, and the things people don't like about themselves are always the things that define them and make their portrait look good, right? I've learned that I would never want to do a self-portrait that doesn't capture all my oddities. Yes, okay, this is stupid. When I was making me's, I was really thinking about this. I'm like, oh, what makes you? I'm like, this is such an interesting thing because everyone has that feature that is defining. It's just interesting to me, but I agree. And it's like, you'd be boring without it. I've been a nurse for a year now, and I've realized that my entire self-worth has been defined by whether or not I work hard, suffer, and I'm tired of it. I want to break from such a demanding job, and after being in school for so long, oh, let me tell you my mantra. I literally, okay, when I go to bed, I say 3 things that I'm grateful for. Like without, I go, I'm grateful. Like it could be super, it could be so stupid. I'm like, I'm really grateful that I saw the sun today. I'm really grateful that I was able to eat one of my favorite foods today. Like it could be really so baby. And then as big as, oh, I'm so grateful I have my autonomy. I do not answer to really anyone. I decide for myself, and I'm grateful for that. Okay. One of my mantras, when you say the things that you're grateful for, so you're already feeling like the energy is good. One of my things that I tell myself is I work easy. I do not work hard. I work easy and I play hard, and you do not need to suffer ever. So I tell myself I work easy. I work easy and I do not suffer and I play hard. Well, I don't say the suffer part, but like I tell myself that, and obviously life is not cookie cutter and whatever, but more so it gets me in the mindset to it kind of like reinforces my boundaries. And I go, well, is that worth my nervous system being? No. Like, okay, what's easy? Kind of thing.